All right, so everybody, we have a very special episode of Me, You, and Jeju. There is a upcoming expat photo contest, and we actually want you all to know as much about it as possible to have the best chance of submitting, potentially getting published. And we actually have the founders of the contest here with us, Joey Rosintao, friend of the show, and Russell Reilander. Thank you guys both so much for being here. We don't have a ton of time, so let's get right at it. What is the Outside Perspectives Expat Photo Contest, Russ?
The contest is exactly what it sounds like. It's the Expat Photo Contest. It's a nationwide contest, so we're trying to get photographers from all over the country, all over Korea, to submit their best photography. We're looking for sets of 3 to 5 photos that tell one story or one idea, a context around a themed set of photos. And yeah, we're looking for submissions from there's an expat category. There's also a Korean category, and we've opened up a cell phone category or smartphone category for
that was a smart idea
to join. So
yeah,
because
I take amazing pictures on my phone.
Not to toot your own horn or anything, Alexis.
What were you going to say, Joey?
With the smartphone category, I was going to say with the smartphone category, we're really looking, for people to have fun. And over the next month, we're going to encourage people to submit for free 3 to 5 photos. And we're hoping people will go wild with this category. And it doesn't have to be pretty sunsets and landscapes. It can be. It could be. Something a little bit more off the cuff or something quirky that you recorded on your cell phone when you were walking around Korea or traveling or on a trip or whatever. I mean, the cell phone category, I think, I don't know how we're going to encourage this yet, but we're hoping that we'll get stuff through that. Anyone could participate, I think that some of the professional people that have entered, sent us really beautiful stuff. But there's also, I think, room for some interesting kind of more off-the-wall stuff that people just capture when they're walking around, Jeju or Seoul or Busan or wherever they're walking around.
Do you want to hear the idea I've been tossing around in my head for the cell phone competition? Okay, parking.
Yes.
Bad parking. I've been like, is this really stupid or is this really, really brilliant? So it's been back and forth in my head. So you might get that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to submit, but that's at the top of my maybe submission.
But is that the kind of idea you're looking for?
Your submission will be very welcome, Alexis. We'll have to throw it to the judges.
But literally just anything, right? Really just
who can
just
submit
see
to this contest?
What pops in your head and go for it.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
If there are portraits.
Who can, Darryl?
The contest is open to anyone who's taken photographs within the border of Korea. We're looking for photographs that were taken in Korea. Hopefully show Korea in some kind of context. It doesn't have to be a clear context, but showing what the country means to them or how they see it. Yeah. So that's pretty much the only rule about submitting. We've just make it local, make it Korean.
Yeah, the Koreans we've talked to and run the project by so far, they're really interested in, and we have a group of Korean judges coming on this week. So they're really interested in, the foreign perspective, the way that we take photographs, that foreigners take photographs. It seems to, we pay attention to things that they don't pay attention to. I don't think that's true in every case, but in a lot of cases it is. And we've got a lot of ethnic Koreans entering too in the Korean category who are from Kazakhstan, Russia, the United States, from all over the world. So that's kind of been a surprise. There's a lot of those types of people who are joining. And if you are ethnically Korean, you can choose either category. You can choose expat or the local category.
Well, so we have so many questions, but let's start because we've mentioned a couple times the deadline. So why don't you tell us the deadline that you have, and then how many people have entered so far?
The deadline is October 15th.
Okay.
Which is
So
coming
plenty of
fast. So it's
time.
less than a month away. So plenty of time. But if you're thinking about submitting, start getting organized, because it's going to take you a little bit of time to edit your photos down to a nice set that's coherent and shows a nice context.
And the essay too. A very short essay, but
okay.
Yeah.
That complements the photos you entered, basically.
Yeah, kind of talking about the set and why the set is coherent. The set can be coherent just based on the the color scheme. It doesn't have to be a deep, meaningful thing, but it also can be. It's open to either. And submissions, I think we've got 40 or 50 so far, something like that.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, we're about that number. Yeah. So
What was you? Go ahead, Russ.
Oh, sorry, I missed your question there, Alexis. You cut out for a second.
That's okay. I think.
Can you ask me that again?
Well, I didn't ask you anything. I was about to, but then I thought I cut you off. Sorry. I think the four of us all together were kind of bouncing back and forth. Yeah. What would make you happy? How many submissions would make you happy, you guys, for this first year of this contest?
Well, that's a good question. We were shooting for 100. We thought if we can get 100, then we're going to be doing okay. But the way things are looking right now on social media and stuff, I think we're going to get much higher. And
I mean, we've got entries from 30 countries, I think, almost every
that's
continent.
So cool.
And I mean, the people we're talking to, I think it's going to be a few hundred probably on the last day too. I think that they're going to meet the deadline. So I'm expecting over 200. We can't be sure, but there's a lot of, we're kind of in discourse with a lot of people that are planning to submit.
Let's get to how people can submit to this thing.
I think our hands are going to be full in the end there.
Exciting. So exciting.
Yeah.
They can visit us at our website. It's outsideperspectives.net. And you can choose a category. There's the expat category, the Korean category, or the phone category. And basically, you just choose a category. There's a small fee that you have to pay to enter the contest. Not the cell phone category, but the other categories you do have to pay to enter. Once you make your payment, you can jump over to the submit page, and we're looking for. You can upload your photos to the website, and you can add your artist statement and a short introduction about yourself as well.
Yeah,
so
it seems right. I checked the website out. It's very user friendly.
I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, good. This is our first time putting one of these websites together, so we're happy to hear that. That's good.
Good. So, guys, yeah.
There's like a gallery on there, and also on the Instagram page. So we're kind of rolling those out. Like there's it's one photograph per person will get featured in like this carousel. So you can kind of see who's participated.
I was wondering what other incentives are there for people to submit?
Do you want to take this one, Joey?
Yeah, sure. There's the other incentives. One incentive is being featured, like I was just talking about, and we're also going to do a meeting. We're going to do a couple meetings. We're going to do an open kind of Zoom thing at the end where we have all participants who want to sign up. We might have to break it up. We'll see, but we'll have some meeting where the photographers. I know. Yeah, we'll see how many want to participate, and then we're going to have kind of a winners conference, and then there's also anyone who enters can join this online seminar about putting on a photo exhibition yourself in Korea, like how to put on a photo exhibition for an expat. And I'll be, right now it's me who's the host of the seminar, but I think we're going to bring on a few other people. I think Willow Paul, who used to live here, who's a photographer in Indonesia, and maybe one of our Korean judges as well. We'll see. So we're kind of working that up. And and we think we've got more to come. We're planning a few things, and we can't really...
Joey?
And the photo book. And the
We're
photo
gonna
book,
be-
yeah. You can talk about that, Russ.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Once the contest is finished and we have our top 20 finalists, we're gonna start working on the photo book and hopefully get that finished by November 11th. We've got a
Wow.
Pepero Day deadline for ourselves for the book, just so we can get the event together as well. So we're already working on the book, putting it together. So yeah, so they'll be published in the Outside Perspectives photo book.
That's
And,
so cool to
and
be
of
able
course
to get
there's,
to see your pictures published like that. That would be really cool.
yeah, no, we're
Yeah,
looking forward to
the
And,
winner
and
of the expat
there's
category
prizes as
gets.
well.
I was going to
Gets a
say the
prize?
winner of the expat category gets the
So
gets
two
the
questions
cover,
of
and then
business
there
that
are
we
should
happy
get
prizes
over.
as well.
What
Oh,
Yeah,
very
and
cool.
we're
is the
working on an
cost of entry?
exhibition, so
And
that's
can you
still in the works.
submit to
We
more
can't
than
say
one
too much
category?
about
Like, for
it
instance,
yet.
you have DLSR
Well,
photos
so I have a couple
and
just
an iPhone photo.
clarifying.
For instance,
Yeah.
can you submit in both categories?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. The fee for the expat category and the Korean category are both. We've listed them as $30 US, which is about 40,000 won. And yes, you can enter. You can enter both. If you're an expat photographer, you can enter the expat category.
Gotcha. That's really good to
and the
know.
phone category, but you
So,
can only enter
a
each
big-
category once.
Mm.
Or,
So a
or
big
a
question
Korean
that
person could enter
I
the
think a
Korean
lot of people
category and the
have
phone category,
is
but they could only
why
enter
the
each category
contest? Why
once.
did you guys decide
Okay.
to make this
Yeah,
available?
so plenty of
to,
opportunity.
not
to
just to
winner.
expats, but with an expat
Yeah, we've had a few.
focus.
Sure. Yeah. Joey, maybe you can take this one.
Yeah, I originally kind of came up with the idea thinking that in Korea there's so many talented photographers and there's so many talented people, and there's a lot of people who are just kind of starting out in photography. Hello, Kitty. And I think that putting together a set of photographs, a themed set of photographs, is a challenge, and it kind of gives a lot of local expats that like to engage in different adventures and different projects. It gives them an opportunity to put something creative together and a project for themselves, and a bit of like self-development as well. Like I think like the more people who take it seriously and they're really measured about what photos they include and what they don't and what they want to go after. I think it's a fun project for the expats to do during the day. In some of the bigger cities, they do photo walks, and they have like little exhibitions and things like that. And yeah, I think it's something that a lot of expats do, but not all expats have an avenue for putting their work out there. Not just on Instagram or social media, but more in an organized, formatted way. So I think the fun thing for me is to see people being challenged, and some of the emails and stuff we're getting. It's a lot of fun with people asking us questions, what they can do, what they can't do, and you can tell that they're really getting into it. We even had a high school student send in something. And
good.
which but I think the contest is 18 and over, but Korean age she was 18, so we just kind of got a permission form. But yeah, there's a lot of people engaged, so that's kind of what we wanted to do. And then on the other side of things, I think that we kind of want to make some edgeway into showing Koreans how
That's really interesting.
we see the country. Not that there is a we, because I think the purpose of this thing is to show like individuals' perspectives as well.
Yeah, I think you said that really well, Joey. It sounds very interesting, and I agree. Especially just here on Jeju, we all have like certain we have the sports, the volleyball, the frisbee, and things like that, and then we have the music scene. And I think this is just like a really nice addition for people to be able, like,
Things
just
have
like you said, to be able to
improved
participate in something
since
a little
we've
bit different and a
all
little
been
bit
on
more
Jeju for
artistic.
quite
It just
some time.
seems fun to be able
The
to
four
do
of
something
us,
that's
and
off,
things
that's
have
off the cuff a
improved
little
since
bit
we
more.
got
Yeah.
here for
Yeah. So good job, guys.
non-Koreans to
Very good.
participate in society and to do things like potentially photo exhibitions and
No.
in a cultural way. But there still is a dearth of opportunities. So having this photo contest to me seems like a way to try to exactly and expand those opportunities, have more opportunities for people. Because I as a non-Korean here, especially before, it felt limiting.
Like a
Politically
bridge.
you can't do it very much, and artistically you often can't do very much because of visa restrictions or blah blah blah. But having this photo book, this photo contest is a good way, a good avenue for people on Jeju and the rest of the country to try to participate in that voice of what is modern Korea, what is the Korea of today. So thank you guys so much for putting that together.
So we'd be remiss to have Joey here talking about something and then not get a little update on his not GoFundMe, it was a Kickstarter, and all things crows. So Joey, how did that end up going for you?
Well, the Kickstarter was extremely successful. I
insert
was
clapping
kind of getting worried.
hands.
Yeah, thank
Yay.
you. I was quite nervous the last couple days, but everyone kind of kicked in. The Jeju community kicked in the last few days as well and put it over. So Kickstarters are all or nothing, so it was successful. And I've been working hard since then on the book, and it's going to be 3 photo books to print in 2 months. So this week we're printing, there's actually 2 books, the one about the crows and then one about sacred trees, which is a black and white book.
Yep.
And we're printing the black and white one first this week, and then probably 2 weeks later we'll start the crow book, and then Outside Perspectives photo book will come after that. So,
Are you shipping? Are you shipping as you go, Joey, or are you doing the printing, holding it, and shipping at once? Jeez.
I'm going to print. For people, I'm going to get everything together and then print because a lot of people ordered both books.
Exactly.
And then I'm printing separately in the United States for the people who ordered from the U.S. and Canada, so it's a bit complicated.
Very smart, actually. That was really smart.
Yeah.
For the shipping costs and stuff. Yeah,
the shipping would be impossible otherwise. The post-COVID shipping never. Yeah.
Right. So then,
go ahead.
with these 3s coming out separate, you mentioned November. Do you plan? Can people expect these before Christmas?
Oh, definitely before Christmas. Yeah,
Okay,
it should be well before Christmas. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, there's been a bit of a delay. The printers were out of town, but now they're back in Jeju, and so everything should be a green light now.
So excited to see the finished product. Especially
what
after
are the names of the
after
3
having
books?
you on our podcast.
And where can people get
getting
them
all the
if they
information? Now I
choose,
just
if they'd like to
cannot
get
wait
their
to
hands
see
on a
it
copy?
actually just there.
You guys have seen, the whole process,
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
You mean outside of the Kickstarter?
Yeah, you can visit the Kickstarter page, which the project is called Scattering, and you can look it up under my name, Joey Rosintao. I can send you guys a link as well, and you can pre-order the book there. About half of them are gone already, so if anyone wants one, they should probably get on it. And that will link to an outside website, an outside store where people can order it. And the books are called Scattering. That's the book about the tradition of shamanic crow feeding on Jeju Island. The other book is it doesn't quite have
Are those the hackberry trees?
a complete name yet, but it's about sacred trees. So it will probably be called something like the Sacred Trees of Jeju Island, but I'm not
very,
exactly
very deep
sure
there, Joey.
yet. So it's most of them are, yep. Those are the hackberry trees and a few other species. And then Outside Perspectives, the photo book we might give it another name, like Volume 1, Year 1. So
I think that would be good because
Yeah.
that would be something cool
So,
to
Alexis,
have
you're gonna go
throughout
with
the
your
years.
parking-
Knowing
parking
that
lot
you had the
theme? You're
volume
gonna-
one, knowing that
Have
there
parking?
was the volume one, knowing that this is two.
Right.
So yeah, I would prefer that. My personal self, yeah. Okay. I really like it. I've been thinking about it a lot because I mean I do my phone is nice like most of our phones nowadays. We all have some fairly nice phones. I am a queen of chasing down sunsets, but I just want to do something a little bit different, you know?
I
So
took a
I'm
picture
like,
recently
how
of
can
a fish
what
head
can
that
I
someone
do?
had left in a
And I'm not
parking
very
lot. So that
creative.
might
So it
work
is
for
a little
something
bit
like that.
intimidating, but I'm determined
It's
to
not
go
a terrible
through.
idea. You could. The judges might like it.
You
You
might-
never
Hey,
know.
it didn't say DJ.
That's interesting.
If you,
What are you gonna go find 3 other fish heads
Can
in
you
parking
divulge
lots?
some
if
of
you
the
could
interesting
give
images
us
that you've already
3 to
received before
5
we
fish
sign off?
heads
Because
in
this
a
is
parking lot.
yeah, any
then
interesting that you've
They're
already
gonna
I
bump
wanna
you right
see
up to
that
the winner's
submission for
circle
sure.
there, Darryl.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Or is it a secret? It's
I
Joey.
think that's
Look at
for
Joey's
us.
face. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
One of note that I really liked. I can't remember the submitter's name, but he was a photographer from Seoul, and he's been
How do
taking
chairs
pictures of
behave?
chairs. Just
But yeah.
chairs, not as chairs, but chairs in like sort of weird. It is a chair, but it's not acting like a chair. So he's sort of documenting these chairs.
Oh,
And,
I'm totally
yeah,
intrigued.
Yeah, really fascinating series. I
The-
smiled from reading
these-
when I.
That's really
Yeah,
great.
that
So
series, the photos are as big as a wall, though. It's really something to behold. I mean, they're huge.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that one kind of stuck out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, there's been some great submissions.
Perfect.
I
Yeah, check out the
encourage you to go to the website and check it out because we've got them all featured there. So if you're curious about what
and the deadline
what
for
the
that
other
is October
photographers are
15th.
doing,
So make sure you
check
get
it
your
out. Check it
photos
out.
in
There's
by
lots to-
then. Last minute submissions
Maybe-
count, but
maybe it'll-
don't
maybe
leave
it'll
them to the
stir
last minute. Thank you guys so much for coming on. That was
Some
great.
creativity inside me.